Jason Eubanks and HIHBowling.com. Hashtag
by Coach Leatherway.
The content doesn't stop.
In the northeastern corner of Australia, where the top end meets the sea, lurks a relic from the days of the dinosaurs.
First, the winner of the 7K giveaway for the Hater Harder jersey is...
Did you tell me about the business trip?
So if that is you,
oh, I'm just a phone call away, so...
And we'll get you a Hater Harder jersey.
Oh, I'll be right home.
One of the most fearsome predators on the face of the earth.
Check out various t-shirts.
How can you say that with everything going on?
But even so,
and everything, we're on lockdown and whatnot.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, but I hope you're not just covering this up for me so that I won't worry while I'm away.
Take care of some of those projects you have
and rear their young.
And one of those things is bowling ball storage. Where do you store your bowling balls? How do you store your bowling balls?
I should be going
now.
Crocs are complex creatures, finely tuned to their surroundings.
Bowling ball rack or shelf, however you want to display case, however you want to label it.
Act like it's forever.
Since
I
this,
can't help it.
Yeah, I'm going to step-by-step process. Now, my specialty is
it's easy to see why their reputation goes before.
welding and stuff like that.
It's going to
Kind of
happen
limited
right now.
wording stuff.
This is an Australian saltwater crocodile, and you've got to be really careful when you're dealing around these huge predators. They've got volatile speed and very, very powerful.
Show. First thing we're going to do, I think this is 11/32 plywood. Now, it may seem kind of thin, but I have a solution for that. I'm trying to make this as light and economic as possible for you. I think the total amount
Nikki?
28 bucks.
I'm Steve Earle,
I'm gonna say
and I've been around big saltwater crocodiles all of my life.
I made a few of
Man, I need
these
those prayers.
a few years
Crocs
ago,
and people
but I
normally
never
give
wrote
each
down
other a
the
wide
kind of
berth.
like on the fly.
But most of the crocs here at my
we're gonna
park
make
in
it as I
Queensland
make
had to be removed from the wild because they crossed the line and became a threat to
function
humans.
ball storage, and we'll have some exact dimensions.
If we'd left them where they were, they'd have probably ended up being shot. And you can't lock them all up. I'm hoping to come up with a better solution.
Yes,
So what I'm going to do, I have a 4x4 8 sheet that I'm working with.
We call this desperado Agro. He's the wildest croc we've got in the park.
rather not talk about it.
And right now, he's hungry.
I don't want to talk about it.
4x4 at 11 and a half.
But I don't have anything
These are
to
going to
say.
be your shelves.
I guess you know Danny and I will be talking.
I want to
about
give
it.
my crocs as natural life
Are
as
you
possible,
saying
which means
whatever
there's wild
decision
pig on
is
the menu.
made will be up to Danny?
Well, originally I thought
And I'm
so.
using
when
myself
he
as
first suggested
live
that we see
bait.
other people.
And now you
Watch Agro slip into an ambush
that
position.
decision.
Right now, I've got no idea of knowing where
Now
he'll strike
I
from.
just wish I had
He's
someone
made
else.
himself completely invisible.
But given my relationship with Philip, you feel you can't talk to me.
And Mrs. Champions are very
Now we
different.
have our shelves
Cricket
cut.
here. I want you to put that
11 and a
aside.
half by about
Please.
47 and 3/4.
I
Had to allow for the
sincerely want
thickness
to
of the
help
blade
you
at the
see
hardware
what the
store.
issues
So
are.
that's what this
Wow.
is going to be.
What
Agro by name
you have to
and by
consider
nature.
to make
So,
that decision.
He's a real hungry
We're
animal.
going to also, for the
You
shelf,
see,
and that's
I
for the
want to
shelf,
be as
Very territorial.
one
Gotta
eye
be really
per feet.
careful.
And you can
when
tell me
enter
now,
these
see,
territories.
how you
in a
step.
second.
Play by his rules.
But we're going to go over to the other 4x4 sheet, and we're going to rip those down to our dimensions. Now, take our other piece of 4x4.
Here in Australia, they call me the crocodile man. When a croc like Agro starts playing up, I'm often the first one to hear about it.
1, 2,
I've just had a call about another problem croc, but this time I won't be bringing back to the past. I want to try a new idea. Crocs like Agro can live for 100 years, and they have
part, we have everything we need.
The young
with this
and the
simulation.
rest.
If we can teach them
This
to make
is
new ways,
sponsored by
give them a lesson they'll never forget. If
We
it
will
works,
follow
we can
you.
leave them where they belong,
Final
in
product
the
is going to
wild.
be about 16 inches wide and about 4 inches
Delmar asked three
Okay,
people
so
to
now
choose
you're going
the
to take
Operation like this takes
your shells, your 4
That's
shells,
where my wife Terry
and
comes
mark the
in.
holes. So what the math I came up with, start from left to right, whichever way you go. Your first measurement,
Delmar
5 1/4.
I wouldn't go anywhere without Duggar.
I just
That other measurement,
with a blend of fruits to mean more taste.
other side, come in 5 1/4 as well.
More fruit. We've got a long journey ahead of us to
The
catch
point
up.
of
Off of that 5 1/4, you can go
between
Red
flames
Ritz crackers.
is
9 1/4.
recognizing that at the very center of
9
the whale
1/4.
presence.
Why are there three
One
sides?
more time at
The way
They
started
did
point
point
quarter.
and the design of
Man,
that
that
smaller.
is in the
at 9 1/4 as well. It would take like a 16. So you have 1, 2, 3,
Every bit of
5 marks. Okay, this is part of the build that I'm still
70s, they were heavily hunted for their
Now,
valuable
you
skin.
have two different options here.
Now
If you're not having
populations are
drill,
recovering.
on 70 cent marks, you can get about 20
Even in the
of
most
these bullet bottoms.
But then I said,
Center them up, going down
Lakefield National
right there. That's your
Park, key
dimension
area
there.
for crocodile
Involving
If you have access to a drill,
Something to the
and even better, if you have access to a router, you can take
grain and wild rice
November,
So,
the end of the
corn
dry
drill
season,
stuffing
and
added
the
to
coastal
crunchy wild rice.
there's a 3 inch hole
Good cook
saw.
in Uncle Ben's wild rices.
Drill the hole.
And
even the rivers
Okay, this is
eventually
how they
dry
come
out.
out.
Any
Drill.
water that's left becomes very precious.
Okay, if you have a router, you can take it a step further and round these corners off and whatnot. You can kind of see right here.
Temperatures over
Make sure your router is set right,
Well, it's
not
not
to
me.
the
I'm
east.
worried about
that
Big Brother's
electronic
here. How can
wall
you
This
wait
is
to
the bottom
finish?
jump. Nobody has seen it.
It is then the main reason
So,
prep
your floor shells however you want them to be, whether it's
It's governed by its
drill
surroundings.
or glue on ball cups.
and
then
intended
take it to the
again
next step.
become the android.
I want to come
No
back.
matter which way you choose to make your holes, because we went with a lighter, thinner wood, to make this a little bit lighter, these shells are going to be
Is a much younger
That
crop.
counterpart
a little
is
bit on the
one
flimsy side,
is
right?
irreplaceable.
As you can
and
see, you can
wherever
kinda
that
see-
counterpart is,
There's only
See the
room for
reflection
one
bouncing
end of
in
the
that.
pond.
there is
We
the
don't want
link,
that,
there is
okay?
the tie,
So,
and every
this
thought,
next
Strongest
step,
male
everything
will
we do
drive any rivals
affects the
out of his
take
domain.
the 1x2s here.
He's usually
We're
the
gonna
one
reinforce the
hassling
bottom of the
the
shell.
two.
out of that
But if you
Okay.
take him away,
So
it
to reinforce our
disrupts
shelf
the
here,
hierarchy of the
I'm
crop
going to
community.
cut 2 of these
Weaker
1x2s
males
for
will
approximately about
and make the
46
female
inches.
passing on weaker
Reason being
genes.
because the way I'm going to attach it, you need that space.
I
So
know.
I kind of want to make sure it's almost full.
Despite their name, salties aren't confined to tidal regions. They also inhabit freshwater waters.
Those 1x2s you
Well,
just
I certainly
cut.
There they rub shoulders with Australia's other crop, the smaller freshwater variety, far less aggressive than its much larger relative.
That'll be your top.
Pharma free.
You know?
So,
Freshies are too small to do you or me any real damage, but this little bird is pushing its luck.
Have no reason
One of these.
More and more people are becoming home.
They
You can
live,
tell a
breathe,
freshie from a
and
salty
We are
by its
able to
long,
add
narrow
more
snout,
than-
well worth knowing when you're out in the bush.
3/4 of an inch.
there are many in the
While
body.
freshies eat small prey, like crayfish or even insects, a salty might fancy a piece of you.
The ups and downs, the
Like I said, I have a nail gun. That's what I'm
During the
gonna do.
dry, water acts like a magnet for all kinds of wildlife, a mobile menu for the crop.
So I'm going to secure these
which
to
caused
the
the separation.
Wild pigs destroy the riverbanks rooting for food. Since being introduced to Australia from Europe, they've become a real pest.
Somewhere,
Even though
somehow.
one has
what do they call
the
Walter?
All this
actual
wildlife attracts human visitors to the waterhole too.
one sense
It's a
of
favourite
that
spot
part
for
of
camping.
itself,
never expected anything in
especially at the
return.
soul level,
If I
is
be selfless for
ensured.
that.
This is because
Well,
it's
that's not
an
entirely
embodiment.
Why, I did have some hope.
Carry either the plus or
Matter
the
of fact,
minus
that's
Probably have
polarity.
about
We come
why I was
into
on the way to see you.
manifestation,
In these peaceful surroundings, people tend to forget what could be lurking in the water.
whereas at inner levels, we experience the divine.
Barry, Lakefield's head ranger, is there to remind them that this is salty territory, and that requires some respect.
Raisins with a yogurt coating.
They need
a coat out there.
This one's delicious, creamy sweet vanilla yogurt.
Yum.
Croc attacks on humans are very rare. One death every 2 or 3 years in Australia. But when they do strike, that's it. It's game over.
No taste, no surprise. Well, either way, the forecast is delicious.
And a big salty can easily hide in shallow, murky water.
Of one's personal discipleship.
Hey,
to
you're eating
return
bran
to the
cereal
white
because
fire
it's good for
for
you,
the
right? Guess what's in it besides
for
bran? Sugar. Up to 22 added teaspoons a box. Over time, that can really add up. And up.
After 3 days on the road, I'm
Added
itching
wheat
to get on
bran
the
is
job.
It hasn't got 1 grain of added sugar. Or salt. Nabisco shredded wheat and bran.
When we arrive
Now
at
in the big
Lakefield,
18
we're met by Barry and his fellow
If you're
rangers
eating
from the
bran
National
because it's
Park
good,
who guide us to the trouble spot.
Our own godhood and the understanding of our
Because of the problem crop, the area is closed to the public at the moment.
With the centimeter system, so it's equally effective every day for over a month. Magic mushroom, a long-lasting air freshener from Airwick.
This is our destination, Old Faithful Waterhole. And Barry tells me there's a big male been hanging around the campsite. It's the perfect salty stamping ground. Plenty of shade, and these high banks make a great nesting site.
This week, 5 star-studded
Humans
cans of
like it
pyramid.
too.
Share the fun with
Marky Post. Now I can tell you.
Here's where the conflict begins. This is a really popular fishing hole. When the fishermen come back and clean their fish, they leave their scales and offal in and around the water, and that creates a free feed for the crocodile. These bullet shells are a result of the fishermen getting scared. They see a croc, they think it's stalking them, boom! They take a pot shot at it. I'm here to help humans, but also protect the crocodile.
About the personal experience of someone
These are
else.
2 fine young men.
First of all, I never knew that there
And they
was any
both
such
care
thing
very
as a
deeply
twin
about
flame.
you.
First, I want to have a scout around the area with the help of Barry and his fellow ranger Ron.
Yes, exactly.
Discourses and magic presence, which were written in public.
This is their patch of bush, and they can show me any signs of recent croc activity.
And in these books, there is the description of
That way I'll know the
twin
best
flame
place to set up a
from
couple of
God.
traps.
The description is not as full as that I've given to you, but it is very
Well, they
clear.
look extremely good looking, at least.
Meanwhile, Terry is going to be pretty busy setting up camp.
My quest, however, in those early years of searching, which really began when I was very
They're both good friends of mine.
The bank opposite is the best place for me to start.
Not just boyfriend.
It's an ideal basking area for a
In my
croc.
mind, I was
Nice
very
gentle
determined
slope down to the
to
water.
get to the very foundation of my life and to do what
I've really
I knew
gotten
I
to know
had to
Philip by
do,
staying here.
what was an impelling
And now I
call from
realize
within.
what
Ron soon spots
a
something.
caring and gentle person
Now, in
is.
retrospect, as I
May
have
I
looked
agree?
back upon this
But
life and
understanding.
read the record of my own
And I will tell you, there is
in
such an
these
excitement
years.
about him. You know, like this aura.
I have
well,
seen that in those years of
Probably
searching
is being a
for
rock
God,
star, no doubt. And
I
he's
used
also
to
a
leave
target
my
for all
body
of these other women. You have to
in
keep
Spend
that
a bit of
time there, by the look of it.
and go to the inner temples
I
and work
scratch it
with
out.
the ascended masters
No, I know.
and work with my twin
I know.
flame,
I overstep.
who was Mark Prophet, who was about 20 years my senior, according to
Too long
I
ago,
understand you
last
being
night
this
or this
popular
morning even.
musician is a
And
plus or a minus.
pioneered
I'm proud
before
of him
me
and I admire
and
him, but
performed the work of the twin flame
he also
to lay
has
the
to travel a
foundation
lot
of the work.
and
Well,
concentrate
there's
on his
obviously a
career,
female around, but
which
it's the
doesn't
big
leave
male
much
we're
time
after,
for relationship.
and I reckon he's somewhere
And
close
as far as
by.
twin
Cricket,
flames
that's
are
a very honest
concerned,
assessment.
the age of the body has nothing
Yeah,
to do
but
with
This is a
Isn't it the
great
quality of
crocodile
time you
slide,
spend
exactly
someone
what
else's
we're
souls
looking
the
for.
same age,
It's got
having
all the
begun
signs
to
that we
gather
need.
beginning
Here's his
entirely up
footprints.
to the individual.
As he's headed back down into
I
the water, you
realize
can
that
see the distance
this
between his
decision of
footprints.
mine
Gives us an idea of his
He's got
over
this
14
great
feet in length.
humor,
His
but
belly's
there's
dragged on the
serious
ground
lesson, too.
as he's headed
Enabled
back
us to
towards
get
the
and
water.
say the
This is a
most
I like
great
that
place to
because he
set the
reads a
trap.
lot and
He's coming up here to sun
doing
himself.
20 years
Beautiful
of
basking
searching
area.
motherhood
His
before I
female
was
just up
And
there.
I'm sure one
We'll
day
set a
he'll
trap
be
pretty
very
close by.
successful.
No,
And so
I
we
think
met
we're
when
getting
I
to
was
the bottom.
22.
All right.
I was
We have
looking
these
for
two
the
men
teacher
at different
and the
stages in their
guru
lives.
because
Philip
I
is
knew
going to
there
college.
was
He
that
has less
one.
experience.
Have a
who
look
was
at
going
this.
to give
It's
to
the
me
big bloke
key to my
himself.
Future. Danny.
What I did not know
He's
was
already
that
on
my
his way.
inner understanding included
So
the fact
that's really what it comes
that
down
it
to.
was the twin flame
That I'm
who was
inexperienced
my
too.
teacher. And therefore, without knowing it,
But
in
isn't
seeking the
it
It's
teacher,
the
better
breeding
than an
season,
experienced person
and
with
that
an
always
experience?
causes
coming
extra
closer and
conflict.
closer,
Maybe
closer
that's
and
what
closer
got
to
him
the
all
Tennis
steamed
double,
up
perhaps.
recently.
I mean, if you
of
really want to make the
service.
team more even.
that was already
You know what I
going
As he
on.
really
patrols
don't
his
understand is how
turf,
just a
other
few
crocs
months ago I was
steer
sure
well
Dan
clear.
was the
So when
only
I
man
saw
I'd ever
Mark
want.
Prophet for the first time,
Now I'm not
I
sure.
recognized
All
him
right.
as teacher.
Now, in your comparisons, Cricket,
These young females swim quickly
Seeing
away,
me for the
raising
first
their
time,
snouts
you
to show they know who's boss.
really weighing Philip's
It was a very interesting experience.
An
I
older
hold it
female
against him.
is
No.
more receptive
No, I think
to
it's
his
great that he has the
advances.
courage to deal
in
with.
that direction that I was
I'm not very
almost
happy you
burdened
feel
by
that
the
way.
thought that I had to deal with
And that's why I'm
other
sure he's going to be
types
home
of
soon with a perfectly
Moves
logical
in.
explanation
She
to
signals
it.
her interest.
And of course, I
I
wanted
better
to be
go change.
absolutely certain. And
Honestly,
I wanted to have the
I do
confirmation
not
in
know
my
if I
own
have been
being
any help at
that
all.
every step that I took
Just getting all
was
this
right
out in the open
and
has
was the
been
will of
so
God,
wonderful.
Oh, well,
so that I would not make
thank you
any
for trusting me,
mistake to
Cricket.
the harm of any part of life.
Gradually, they shift into a position for
By
mating.
this time in my service, I had seen El Moria, who had appeared to me in the park in Boston,
Boys.
to let me know
Which
that
takes
indeed I
place
should
with the female
become a
fully
messenger and
submerged
be trained.
beneath the male.
Yeah.
I was aware of the ascended masters.
there's no trouble
I felt very close to El Moria.
you identification.
As I
Yes, but I
came
didn't
to
realize
find
you were
out
Philip
later, I had
Chancellor
known him,
III of
as
Chancellor
many of us
Industries.
With the
have.
dominant
So here's
male
your package.
occupied, smaller males
Thank
like
So I
this
made a
one
call to
might get a
El
look in
Moria
on the
and
mating front.
to reveal to me and
I hope so.
confirm within my own being
It's an
that this
opportunity
indeed
not
was
to be
my
missed.
claim, and that the mission
Ellen,
was
I have
far more
been doing a lot of
vast
thinking about the
and
future.
far
Quickly
more
pairs off with a young
Particularly
female,
since you told me
resting
about
on a
the job
handy
offer
mud
you
bank to
received.
mate.
in the mere search
There's no
for
time to
a
lose.
teacher.
If the big
Before
guy
you say
spots
anything
this
more,
invasion of his
And I remember
territory,
a very
he'll attack
astounding
without
experience
hesitation.
that I had. It was one of these indelible experiences that one
I've made a decision about my future.
can never erase. It never dims by
I've decided
time.
to take that Washington
And
job.
But
one
this
has
time,
the sense
the young male's got away with it.
almost of the
And you've accepted it
impact
already.
that you would imagine if
Not formally.
you met an
I
extraterrestrial
wanted
For me and the
visitor
team, it's time to get to
or
work.
Something
I
of
This is
the
the
ideal
absolute
location for our
extraordinary
crocodile
I
trap
did
site.
something I
This is a
shouldn't
And it
have.
was
natural
this.
gully, and I'm
This
going
is
to
the way
utilize the
El Moria
crocodile's
explained
keen
to
sense
me
of smell
the
to lure
presence
him
of my
in.
twin flame.
I'm going to run barricades up
So
each
now I
side
thought-
of the trap because I've seen crocodiles come in
I
from the
went
side, get a scare or kill
to
the
look
trap,
in
and then
the
retreat.
mirror.
In a
We want
way.
him coming up,
Ellen,
right up to
Wasn't
the back of the
actually
trap
going
and
to
grabbing
a
hold
mirror
of
to
that big
look
piece
into
of
it.
bait.
It happened to be where I
you know,
was
you are
dressing.
such a
And I
gifted,
looked up and I
dedicated
looked in
young
the
woman.
mirror.
No,
And I did
no,
not
you have
see
every
myself.
right
I
to
saw
What I'm
reach
doing
face.
here
potential
is
just as I
placing
am.
these
Soul of
sticks.
Mark
When I was
I
your
don't
age,
use steel or star pickets in my
I
traps
can
or
never
anything.
imagine looking in
When
a
the
mirror
croc
and not
comes
seeing
in,
One
he
that I
yourself.
could be
fires.
proud
You
of.
can hit these sticks and he can't hurt himself, whereas
It's
if
a
he
very
bumps into
shocking
steel, he
experience.
can break his teeth or scar his head,
Oh,
hurt
I
his
worked
eye. So these
day and
break and
night
get
And
out
what
of the
I
way.
saw was
run
I
a stream
used
of
the
every
mud
ounce of
revelation
strength
and along the
of
other
the
side
inner
to
soul
circumvent
talent
the
and
trap.
knowledge that I possibly
not
have.
just of the soul, which is that potential to become
I would
God,
never do
but I
anything to
saw the
stop you from
pattern of the
reaching
white
that
fire
potential.
body. Not only did I
Achieving
see
that
his
kind of
face,
fulfillment.
but I saw that I was the reflection in the negative polarity of that positive image that I was
Thought
viewing.
you were making
Grab a
decisions.
cool
And so to my whole body was the confirmation of the inner pattern. Now the thing you have to realize is
I can't help wondering
that
if
this knowing
Utilise here
has nothing
is
to
a
I'm
do
gonna wake
breakable
up
hemp
one day
string.
and I'm going to
being
regret
in
this.
love
It's
in a
tied
human
onto the
sense
tree,
of the word.
which supports
And
the
for
weight
as
of the
long
trap
as
and
I have
holds
been
it into
teaching the
position.
last 21 years,
A couple of simple
since
knots.
this
So it's when the
experience
croc
occurred
goes
to me
inside the trap,
in
grabs hold of it and
1965,
struggles, the string
have
breaks
received
off and the trap
probably
will drop
hundreds
loose
and
around him
hundreds
so
of
the croc
letters
hasn't got a
from
vantage
people
point where he can
concerning
get in
twin
and actually
flames.
break through the trap.
And they will tell
Thank
me
you
that they
for being
have
the man.
found their twin flame on the basis of a human love experience, or that
This is the
their
trigger mechanism.
astrology is
It's
in
absolutely
polarity,
crucial.
or
So we have a
all
nail
sorts
low
of
and a nail high,
verifications
and that
that they
supports
look for in the outer
the
sense.
steel rod, which holds the weight
You
bags up.
must remember that
When the croc
Jesus
grabs
said,
hold of the bait,
flesh
pulls the
and
weight bag,
blood cannot
down she
inherit
goes.
the kingdom of heaven.
Meanwhile, Wes has spotted
We
our
are not
target
twin
croc.
flames by virtue of our flesh and blood condition. I have seen twin flames where the man was 20 and the woman was 70.
Looks
Now,
like
I
he's
don't
checking us
consider
out.
that it is in my place
It's probably
to
his
reveal
curiosity
twin flames
that got
to
him into
others.
trouble in the first
God
place.
shows me many things about life
He's a
streams.
big one, all right.
And
At least a 14
He has
footer.
$500,000 in
explained
America.
to me
And they
We're
catch
up to the
colds
final
just
job
like you.
now,
After I
placing the
was burdened by
bait.
the
So
situation
this is a
that
feral
cold
pig. It's
medicine
big,
doctors
salty,
take for their
crossbody,
own
is
achy
irresistible.
with
then they are
congestion
not
and
ready
sneezing.
Chuck the
to
bait up
recognize
there
Nationwide
and a
survey
leading
for
bait
their
in
that I
front,
own
should
achy
lead
lure him
colds.
in.
well
More
well
doctors simply take the formula
and allow
Intrastat
them
from the
to
formulas
to
and
their own mighty
Sudafed,
eye of
Actifed, and Dimetap
until
combined.
God in
run
them
down
take what
such
doctors would
chooses to
take.
reveal that
Wouldn't you?
relationship.
Got that real
Drist
If the
with the
relationship
formula
is not
more
going to
doctors would
serve
take.
a divine purpose, a spiritual
What's in it for me?
purpose.
I get somebody else to help cook a meal for a change.
We asked the Rurik family to make one of their favorite Chef Boyardee pizzas.
One of the nice things about making your own is you can make it exactly the way you want it.
Bottom's just right. It's like eating it.
Bottom's the one that really makes it great.
Then
Chef Boyardee Pizza. You make it great. Cook up your great pizza recipe and enter it in the Chef Boyardee Fan Pizza Cook-Off. You can win great prizes. See specially marked packages or store displays for details.
Suddenly, my lashes were a mile long.
maybe
I exaggerated a tad. But L'Oreal's new lash out mascara actually extends your lashes as far as you're willing to go. Lash Out's teddy bear brush makes this unduplicatable formula to separate, even curl your lashes to extensive lengths. So if you always felt you had puny lashes, stop moping and lash out.
New Lash Out Extending Mascara from L'Oreal.
You just can't get enough of Ridge Forrester.
Talking about Caroline.
She's hiding the truth.
Is this a conspiracy against
At the end of the day, it's a beautiful time in Lakeville.
There isn't anything in the world that seems
Ridge does have to be told. And it could destroy him.
Many of the park's nocturnal
On the
residents
bold and
have just
beautiful
begun to
weekdays.
stir,
In past negative activity,
including one of the world's largest populations of
a
bats,
negative
little red
experience
flying
of the past,
foxes.
such as violence, hatred,
There are
murder,
10 million in this colony, 3 times as many
non-caring
as
for
the
one's
number of
children,
people in
one's
Sydney,
family,
Australia's largest
something that
city.
you have done together with someone else that has really caused an
You don't mind that I
imbalance
came
in your
unannounced?
soul, in your life
gotta be
stream,
kidding.
a weight, an absence of
Magpie
resolution.
geese have started
This is a
gathering
very
too,
gnawing
flying into
condition.
their favourite wetland breeding
Your soul
sites.
knows
But they
why
won't
you have
start
come
nesting.
into embodiment. You have
I wanted
stood
to
before
come,
the
but,
karmic board. You have been told
I just felt very badly
there is
about
this
everything that's happened to
situation
you.
that requires
You know, and it
resolution. You and this person
seems like I kinda
once
set off some
caused the collapse
chain
of this
reaction.
city, or many people to
Can't
be
tell you how many
involved
hours I've spent up
in famine.
thinking about
These are not
and what
unlikely
you've been through and
situations.
trying to get some perspective
The
on it.
ramifications of what we do
But it
by
still bothers me.
committing sin
Well, I'm
or
glad it's
by
out.
omitting to serve life.
But now you have to let it
are
go,
very
okay?
great
Because
and
I
they're
don't
very
hold you
heavy.
responsible.
The
I never
soul
did.
at inner levels
Matt.
is very conscientious.
When you
and
told Victor
desiring
that
to
I
serve,
was going to have
do
the
what's
abortion,
right,
you were just trying
and
to
right
protect your
things
brother
that
and
are
me.
wrong.
And I'm glad
So you
you
may
finally
meet
told
someone,
Victor the real reason you had
And
the
especially
abortion.
this may occur in the
Yeah.
teenage years, latter teenage years.
Well, I tried
20s.
for a really long time
And
to
the
keep it
impact
from him,
will
you know.
be stunning. It's like the impact
But I have to
of
admit, once I
planetary
told him the
bodies.
reason I did it was
And it
because of
will be
Nikki's
stunning
illness. It
because
changed
you are
everything.
so excited that you have
Boy,
found
that's
the
affected
person
a lot of
with whom
lives.
you can balance this section of karma,
Including
and your
yours.
soul knows that if you do not
Well,
get
I
to
haven't
that karma,
suffered
you
or hurt
cannot
nearly
enter
as much
world
as you have or
service.
Victor.
There may be children involved.
Did you really come to
And you
talk
may
about
have
that?
to
I mean,
have
what brings
certain
you
numbers
here?
of children who are a part
Actually, I
of
came to say
a
goodbye.
certain family or
Goodbye.
group karma.
Yeah, I'm going down
And
to Brazil on
because
some
the
company
goal of
business,
life is
and I
reunion
don't know how
with
long
the
I'll be
Christ
gone,
self,
so
reunion with your I
I
am
just really
presence,
wanted to
and
see before I
ultimately
left.
reunion with your twin flame.
I'm glad you did.
You realize that if you don't get this karma balance,
And there is
you will not
one other
get to
thing.
your twin flame. And so the
I
faster
bet I don't
you
have to
submit
ask.
to the law of your
I'm
own
sure you
karma,
don't.
the faster you are going to be liberated.
You know the truth about Nikki?
Now, here in the dawn of the age of Aquarius, we are in a situation where all things are coming home to roost. All of the birds that we've sent forth from our mental body, the fishes out of the emotional body, all things are swimming and flying back to roost in our tree of life and in the flowing stream of that tree of life, because it is the age of conclusion, it is the age of resolution.
Well,
And so you may have one of these very
That's a very
intense
beautiful
impacts
dress. It's
in a
not one of the
relationship. You may be
new things you
you
buy.
may be in the sphere of that karma, in the level of awareness which you can have,
Well, I guess
which
so.
is inclusive
Matt is
of your
left.
consciousness of your karma. There is nothing more important. There's
Yeah,
no one in
I
all
guess.
the world you'd rather be with.
Must have
There's
been
nothing
difficult
you'd
for you
rather
to say
do.
goodbye.
The love is there. The newness of the
I really
relationship
don't think
is
that
there.
anything's going to
You
happen
marry,
while
you
he's
start
gone.
a family,
I
you
told him.
start working together, and you start working out
Does
this
that mean
karma.
that you think you're feeling better?
Well, you all know the expression, the honeymoon
Well, as
is
a matter
over.
of fact, I have been feeling
Well, that
better.
expression has to do with the impact of karma once there is a binding relationship of marriage. And this is
But I
why
felt
people
like
do
that
not like to
before.
get married, because they resist bearing one
Doesn't seem
another's
to
burden.
last.
And that is the inner meaning of the ritual of marriage. In marriage,
Do you think you'll be able to
come together till death
eat a
do
little
us
tonight?
part, in sickness, in health,
try.
for richer or for poor, and
The
so
girl's
forth.
meat is special.
And that
Live
means
salt,
that
it's my
when we
favorite.
are wed, our karma is one. We share our karma, good and bad. That's why Jesus said we should not be unequally
Do
yoked
you,
together with those of unlike mind.
Notice anything
And what
different about me?
fellowship hath light and darkness? If you marry someone who is beneath you in the momentum of light attainment, who has a very heavy karma, when the honeymoon is over, you're going to feel the weight and the impact
Put some
that you
extra
have
makeup
taken
on,
on
so I
the karma of
wouldn't
someone
look so
else.
tired.
And that someone else is on the good end of the bargain because he's gotten all the light you have.
Really?